Hello and welcome to our pregnancy and oils class. We're here to share with you some really wonderful ways to use the oils throughout pregnancy to keep you supported in the most beautiful ways in what can seem like some really tough moments. And being pregnant and growing a baby is huge, and we need all the support we can get. So Helen and I have joined together, and we're going to be sharing our lovely tips for using the oils when you're pregnant. So I'm going to share the document that we've got all our lovely information on, and let's share the screen. There we go. Okay, so we're going to talk through the 3 trimesters and birth. And I'm just going to move the page. Oh, hello. Give me a moment while I work out what I'm doing. There we go. Here's the first trimester. I need to move this along the top. How do I do that? No. 2. 1. Can't do it. Oh yeah, I've done it. Does that look right, Helen? Does it come up along the top?
I can see mine at the side, but if you record, won't it, with yours at the top or the bottom or wherever you've got it? I can see it anyway.
Great. Okay. Fab. So this is the first trimester, and for me, with both of my pregnancies, I was nauseous, very tired, and emotional. How about you, Helen? Did you have any nauseousness?
I was very, very nauseous. So I can't remember how to say it, hyperemesis. Very quickly. So yes, I had that running into my second and third trimester. So yeah, I was very, very nauseous pregnancy. Very emotional. It had taken me 4.5 years to get pregnant. So it was a time where I felt very emotional, very, lots of waiting, lots of kind of, I needed lots of things to make me feel quite grounded and secure. So, lots of things going on in that first trimester. It's a big time, isn't it?
Yeah, and that nauseousness just to add into all of it, it's really, really, really hard. And the oil, so my first pregnancy, I didn't have the oils. The second one I did, and cardamom was a huge, huge hit. Just placing a dab of cardamom behind the ears. I remember doing that before going to teach yoga. And diffusing lemon and peppermint in the kitchen really, really helped. And also drinking lemon in water, that was a really helpful thing to do.
And I had a few oils in my pregnancy, so I've always had oils, but I haven't had the variety and the range that I've got now. And a lot of things, it's going to be very unique for everyone in terms of what smells are appealing, and it changes and you don't know. But anything sour and sharp really helped me. So lemon oil, I didn't have anything else citrusy, but lemon oil and anything lemon tasting, I found very helpful.
So did you have like slices of lemon in your water?
Yes. Lemon, and anything that was sharp, like sherbet, anything that was very, very sharp. Salt and vinegar crisps. That's not very holistic, but anything that had that sugar. So lemon sweets, those lemon anything lemony. And lemon oil was the one oil that was my first try. I opened out lots as I went through my pregnancy in terms of smells that I liked again, but lemon for the first trimester for me was brilliant. And I wish I'd had some oils for nausea, because I use cardamom now. If I'm ever a bit nauseous now for whatever reason, cardamom is my go-to. I've got it here. It's just so lovely. So it's a great one.
Yeah, so that's amazing. You had lemon oil before you, like, that was part of your collection then. That's amazing.
I was a bit obsessed with lemons though. I love lemons. If I haven't got lemons in the house, I get a bit twitchy. So I've got pictures of lemons. I just love lemons. So yeah, lemon for me is a win.
Yeah, and you wouldn't normally put lemon and nausea together, or would you? You would just wouldn't, but it does really work. And I think, like you said, it does depend on where you are with what smells good and what repels you. I feel like lemon is an all-rounder. Yeah, so, and I couldn't actually handle the peppermint at first, so I use spearmint.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
I could
it's
manage
much
that.
more gentle, isn't it? Spearmint's lovely. Yeah,
Yeah.
fresh. Really fresh.
So there is this incredible blend that you can. It's not a blend because it's already blended up, but you just blend it with water, and that's this balance blend here. So underneath where it's written emotional, there's a blend called Balance in doTERRA, and if you get an empty glass bottle with a spray top, put 40 drops of Balance in there, fill it up with water, and then just spray and then walk into it. And I remember doing this, and Saul was just like rolling his eyes at me thinking, oh God, what's she doing? But it really, really helped in those moments when I was thinking, oh, I'm pregnant, I've got such a long way to go, how am I going to be able to do this? Is the baby healthy? All of these things, it's always going through your mind. And this really, really helped, just to spray and then walk into it. And then also cheer really was very cheery, and you're a big advocate for balance and cheer, aren't you? Yeah, you got cheer there.
Favourites. I'm wearing cheer today. It's my perfume. It's my weekend happy oil. So I think, yeah, really uplifting. And balance is it's my go-to nearly every day. I get through an awful lot of balance. Because it's just it reminds me of trees and rain in the trees, and I put it on my feet, and Jack had it on his feet today. I just think it's such a lovely steadying oil. If you're feeling a little bit turbulent or a little bit, your thoughts are all over the place, that is so helpful.
Yeah, so you got both ends of the aspects of your emotions there. You got something that will really hold you and ground you, and then one that will just make you feel really happy. And yeah, I remember the hormones coming in and being like crying. You were like, oh. And those two, yeah, they were just such great helping hands. And then on the energy side, wild orange is just so easy to pick up and just smell from the bottle and get you going when you need to get going. And the same with peppermint, or the spearmint would work really well.
Tiredness. Ooh. I remember I was about 6 weeks pregnant, just sat down thinking, I have never felt tiredness like this before. It's like crushing. It's amazing, but you're doing such a huge thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's, even though that baby's so tiny, then your whole body is just gearing up, and I felt that so much. So yeah, anything that's going to give you that boost, that uplift.
Yeah, because you beat yourself up that you're that tired and you can't get all the things done that you're used to getting done. So there's this, like, yes, you're tired, you can't do anything, and then mentally you're being quite mean to yourself. Yeah, it's that letting go, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, so um, that's first trimester. Should we move to the second trimester? Do you feel like we've covered all those points there?
Yeah, and you'll know, won't you? People will know what they need in all of these.
So second trimester is when we move into that really feeling good, and your body's feeling in the flow of this pregnancy, and you're glowing and blooming, and it feels really good. You're not too big, you can still move around. And this is the time when your belly starts expanding. So you want to start rubbing in lots of yummy things into your skin. So lavender and frankincense is really nice, and you can use any carrier oil, so almond or coconut or any of the oils, the carrier oils you have would be fine. And leg cramps, so massaging aroma touch and deep blue into legs, and also an Epsom salt bath with geraniums, really good. Did you get leg cramps?
I did. third trimester. It had me jumping out of the bed. So yeah, that would have been really, really helpful for me. And aroma touch is just so nice. And I think aroma touch is a lovely thing to do, like as a couple, you know, that kind of massaging and connecting. I think aroma touch is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Saul's not very good at that. He'd give me the money to go and have a massage.
Mark doesn't get a choice. It's just told. Fine. Yeah, did get leg cramp. And interesting about carrier oils. So
Yeah.
I love the smell of coconut. Like, it's one of my favourite smells. It reminds me
Yeah.
of my grandma had coconut oil body lotion, like sun cream, and it reminds me. I just love the smell of it. And then when I was pregnant, I went off it completely.
Mm.
So the good thing about fractionated coconut oil is it doesn't have that aroma, does it? And I think quite often when I say coconut oil, people think that I mean, I don't know if you find this, like the stuff in the tub.
Yeah.
I love coconut oil because it doesn't have a smell, whereas a lot of carrier oils do have that scent, a little bit of scent, don't they? So fractionated coconut oil is great. It's so good.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I'd not thought about that. Definitely. And yeah.
I love it again now. I could smell someone wearing coconut perfume or shampoo from like 10 miles away, and that's good. So if you see that, it doesn't have a scent.
Yeah. Great. So, fractionated coconut oil is a really good one to go for. And the other thing with leg cramps is it's usually the deficiency of magnesium and calcium. So doTERRA do a supplement that is focused on those two. What's the word? Brain has gone. No, it's still gone. Anyway, it's a supplement that focus on those two minerals. Yeah, and a couple of other minerals which are really good for taking when you are coming towards the end of pregnancy and you're wanting to build up your stocks of calcium and it's the bone nutrients. So yeah, that would be a really good one to supplement, and you could take that from the second trimester also. So yeah, should we move to number 3, the third trimester? Here, so I'll just move this across a little bit. So yeah, how are you in your third trimester, Helen?
Well, I think I felt a lot better. So for me, my nausea started to really lift in the third trimester. It's still there, and I still did get the odd bad bout of it, but I started to feel a lot better. I had some issues in pregnancy, so for me, it was a lot of the emotional things, and also I really struggled with my sleep. So sleep started to kind of go out the window, or I just sleep getting comfortable, or thinking about what was coming ahead, or just found it really difficult. I could go to sleep, and I would wake up a lot, and I would wake up to go to the toilet a lot. So sleep was my big, my issue that I needed to work on.
Yeah, and did you use oils for your sleep then?
Lavender.
Yeah.
Lavender that I would use, and now I wish that I'd had the range of things that I could call on now. So Serenity for me, it works really well.
Yeah.
And frankincense, just so many. I lean into lots of different oils for sleep depending on how I'm feeling, but yeah, I wish I had a wider range, because lavender I've found since I started using more oils does work well, but there are oils for me that work even better, or that I can blend with lavender to really kind of get me in that sleep space. Yeah, and I wasn't and digestion still, even though I wasn't, feeling quite as bad as I had in the first and second trimester. Your stomach, everything starts to get pushed up, doesn't it? So
yeah, that's a really good point. I'd not actually thought to put that on here, but yeah, heartburn is a big trouble, isn't it? And Digesten would be really wonderful for that. Do you think?
Yeah, brilliant, because I'd be so careful about what I ate, or I think I could feel my stomach, and actually it moves, doesn't it? I don't know whether you had that. I could feel it wasn't even in the same place. So it's like, yeah, that was something that was an issue. So I think Digesten is a beautiful.
Yeah, Digesten, lovely. And I remember having this. They call it Zengest, don't they now? In a roller, and it was.
With me all the time. I just love it.
Yeah, and you can just roll it. You can kind of just intuitively put it where you feel like it's going to help, and tummy or chest. And yeah, really, I remember it helping me a couple of times with heart. I didn't have heartburn, but it was just a bit of indigestion a few times. It was a lifesaver. Yeah. And then I remember using Aroma Touch a lot for my feet, because in my first pregnancy I got really swollen feet and ankles, so I made a really big effort to massage Aroma Touch into my feet most nights, and it was so lovely. And not only did it feel good, I could definitely notice that I didn't get the swelling.
I didn't
Yeah.
get so much swelling, but I did, and that's what's so interesting. Everybody's so different, aren't they? And that's why it's so lovely. We've got all these different oils that we can use.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking with the digestive, then that I had lots of friends who really struggled with constipation. Now I didn't have that, but if I did, I think that is a really, really good oil.
Yeah.
That I'm struggling with. I know that has been something my friends had horrendous time with, but I didn't. So, but that is really good oil for that.
Yes, really, really good point. Yeah, my first pregnancy, was constipated with ACE, and it's horrible, so horrible. And I didn't have the oils with my first one, so yeah, the Digest-M would have been so lovely, and it just really soothes, doesn't it?
I've heard that's very effective. I think if you're catching this through at a later point, because we're recording it, and I know lots of people want to come make it, it may be there's something that you're experiencing that we haven't spoke to in our palette of experiences, but just you can just message us, because there will be something that we know that will be able to support you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, because there's so many things, isn't there? And then, did you do the perineum massage? I tried to do it.
I'm having a C-section, so I got away without having to do that.
Oh, great.
I've known that. So I've known that for quite from like the 20th week. I'd known that I had to have a cesarean because I had placenta previa. So yeah, I didn't have to do that. But I have lots of friends who have, and I've had good success. So I'm interested to hear you talk about it.
Well, I must say I didn't give it as much. I think if I was to have a third, I would go into this a lot more. But I did do it as much as I could, and I made a beautiful blend with not chamomile, sorry, with sandalwood and a frankincense, also, yeah, and geranium. It was so lovely to use, and I have a description which is really, really helpful that I can share somewhere. Maybe we could share it in the notes of this recording of how to do the massage with the oils, and to help you get ready.
I had one friend who did it and was really quite squeamish about doing it. But she did it and she persevered and was really glad that she'd done it. That was with her second baby. So
And it says in the book you can get your partner to do it with you. Yeah, so you can always do that if, yeah, my husband wasn't too interested in doing it again. So, but yeah, if you've got a really lovely husband who'd be up for it, that would, I think, because you're so big at this point, trying.
just reaching.
Yeah, it's a lot to do, and but worth it. Yeah, definitely worth it. So we will post the description of how to do it, because it's a really good description. I think when you just see perineum massage, you're like, well, what do I do? So yeah, we'll share a description, and we'll move on to the birth. So this just says a little bit about how labour is really hard work, and having some lovely techniques like massage and diffusing the oils during birth will really help to bring you into that loving, calm, connected space, and make it a really lovely experience. So let's move this over here a little bit. The first stage, when you start going, when your labour starts, you you know, everything's very bearable and you're still able to do things and you're able to move around. That's my experience with Koa. Because with ACE, I was put on a hormone drip and it just went really quickly, and it probably felt like it was at the end of labour, whereas with Koa, I got to experience the first stage, and it was really lovely. I just was able to walk around the house and pack up my bag and just do a few bits and bobs in between contractions coming. And I used the balance spray that we talked about at the beginning and just squirted that spray and walked into it in between contractions. So then I would have a contraction and then I would come out of it and spray the spray and just inhale and just, yeah, feel okay, and then wait for the next one to come. And I did that for a few hours. It was really, really nice and just so easy to do. Just pick the bottle up, spray, and then go into another contraction and breathe. And it was really, really nice. I didn't use peppermint for anxiety because I felt really calm. I was really in a wonderful space because of the balance, and also I had some music playing. And I did that all the way to the hospital in the car. I was spraying, had the music on, and it was just so nice. I was just in heaven, actually. It was really lovely. So, and I think, you know, if you had C-section or you had the have the hormone drip or a pessary, you could still do these two things because they would be helpful. Do you think, Helen, if you were going into hospital?
I'd known my C-section date for a long time.
Yeah.
And had actually had a tour of the operating theatre, and I worked with a really good team. I was quite adamant that I was going to still have a positive birth experience, even though I so wanted to go through labour, and I was very, very disappointed that I wasn't going to experience that. But I had playlists that I made. I asked for, all the things that I wanted. I made sure that I'd express those things. And there's lots, if you go and look at a kind of natural C-section, it's not feel, I know people don't connect it with always natural, but there's things that you can ask for. Like I wanted the screen to be lowered, I wanted to see Jack, there were things, and they were, my team were absolutely brilliant. And I had a guided meditation that I'd been working on for weeks beforehand that I kind of used as I was being walked down to the theatre, because it can be quite, especially if you've never had surgery before, it's quite an unusual circumstance to find yourself in. And I didn't use essential oils because at that point I wasn't as immersed into them as I am now. But I think for me, frankincense I would have definitely taken frankincense. That would have been my oil that I would have wanted to be around me at my birth and to have inhaled. And I think I would have worked on anchoring a sense of calm to a particular smell, that I could have get myself in that meditation calm space, and then you can kind of connect that smell to the experience that you're about to go through. So yeah, finding balance is brilliant, but if you've got your own blend or your own oil that you really, really love and that makes you feel grounded and calm, then you can kind of use that one and conjure up those feelings. I think really powerful.
Yeah, wow. That's really, yeah, it's so wonderful to hear you talk about which oils, and that's creating an anchor to, yeah, just hold you and float you through this experience that is so unique to you. And yeah, really, really special, these plants. I can't emphasize what a difference it made. So with Ace, I had to go and have this hormone drip because he was so late arriving, and if I'd have had these oils, it would have been just so wonderful, because I got to a point where I almost shut down. I was just like, just do what you need to do to get this baby to come. And I lost that connection to it. And if I'd have had these oils, I would have been able to take them with me and stay connected and stay in that vibe, and they would have made a really big difference. And that Ace ended up being a C-section too, and being able to have those through that experience, which was quite traumatic, because I was put on a drip for hours and hours, and then we had problems, and then we went through and had a C-section, which was, I was so grateful. It was such a beautiful way that Ace came to me, and I would have really enjoyed having the oils there to help me recover once Ace was safely in my arms too. So yeah, the oils will just support you in all the different birth experiences that we all have, and we all have our own birth story, and each child is very different as well. So in active stage of labour, this is when you can easily lose your way in this point, which I did. I went kind of into this deep space of my own and just went into the contractions. The contractions get a little bit deeper, and it's really nice to have this blend here. This is the labour support, which is wonderful for pain and fear and anxiety. So all of those three things are supported with this blend, and it's really wonderful, massaged into the lower back and the feet as much as you need to. And I did use this, and it did help. And it was really lovely. I remember that feeling of the black pepper on my lower back, and just something about, I don't know what it was, but the black pepper it felt like it was relieving any tension in my lower back. It's just so nice. It was lovely. But looking at those things in that blend, I mean, Helen, look at those oils.
I know. So good for pain for me. Works so well.
Yeah. How do you use it for pain then?
If I get headaches, so I suffer from migraine and get a lot of headaches. Here, I just I put it on my temples. I will do it if I've got any kind of muscle injury. So I have been cycling a lot this summer and getting back into using my bike. So I will actually mix Copaiba and Deep Blue together. That works really well for me into any kind of aches and any little injuries that I pick up. I will use Copaiba. Got tummy aches, I'll rub that in. It just works. I find it really, really effective. It's my go-to pain reliever.
Nice.
So, paracetamol, I rarely touch now because I've got that, and it works very well for me.
Thank you for sharing that. I don't use it as much as I could, so thank you. You inspired me to use it more. So tension, rubbing the aroma touch into your shoulders, or geranium and rose, really lovely. And then peppermint is very cooling for the back. And some women get a lot of pain in the back during labour, so that could just be wow, amazing release and relief, just to take the pressure off. A really nice way of doing it. So you would want your partner to understand these simple ways to support you in birth. So I prepped Saul before we went in, and also I did ask for a midwife that knows how to use aromatherapy, but at the time they didn't have anybody in the hospital that was free And I said, that's fine. I know how to use them. And she said, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy for you to get on and use them. So it's really important to just touch base with your midwife before you go into labour, and just find out what your hospital's protocols are with the oils, and if you are allowed to bring your own. They have a certain dilution. Each hospital might be a little bit different, so just check into if they're happy for you to bring your own oils. Most hospitals will be fine, but it would be you know, if you went to all the trouble and then they told you at the last moment you can't and you need to use their oils. So just find out about that. There is this blend over here, stalled labour, so contractions can slow down, and it's just nice to have something in your toolkit to use and connect to, instead of going down the worry route and thinking, oh no, everything's slowed down. You can just bring out this lovely blend, and it's nice rubbed into the lower back, the soles of the feet, and it's myrrh and clary sage together are really wonderful at strengthening contractions. Yeah. Have you got anything to add on this page, Helen?
No, I just think what a gift to be able to use these. And that the NHS guidance on oils and labour I find really interesting, because they are increasingly encouraging and using those in midwife-led units, aren't they? So that's a really you could link people to. I like that a lot. And the other thing I think I'd say is I'm really kind of connecting with those plants and thinking about things like myrrh and frankincense and birth. I am not a religious person, but just how many years we've been, those oils, a lot of these oils have been associated with. We're so used to modern medicine, which absolutely has its place, but we've got like a legacy of all this information that's been handed down over the years, and I just think it's such a wonderful thing to connect with at a time where we're bringing in new little people.
Yeah, frankincense and myrrh, the mother and father of the oils.
Really special. And I would have definitely wanted both of those around me.
Yeah, they're just so earthy, and I'm just seeing I've got myrrh in my pot too. No, I haven't, but frankincense I've got here, just so woody and yeah, yummy, rich. So frankincense, when Koa had arrived, I just said, Saul, can you bring me my frankincense? And I just had Koa in my arm and then my bottle of frankincense here, and I was just like, and it was so nice to have this little bottle with me in that moment, and be like, wow, you know, we got through this and he's here, everybody's safe, and now it's time for my body to do what it needs to do, just to rest and center again. And the frankincense was right there. So I've skipped a bit. So the transition, so this is where you kind of, your cervix is open enough for you to push, and you usually they say, which happened to me, was like, I can't do it anymore, I'm not going to do this, give me some drugs, send me down for a C-section, I can't do this. And the midwife said, well, let me have a look. And she said, well, you ready to push now? And I was like, oh, okay. And this mist is just for that, for those times when you feel like you've got no energy left to give, and this just comes in and it's like, wow, I can do this. And look at the ingredients, the citrus oils and the lavender. So the citrus can really bring that energy, and the lavender can bring you calm and feel like you can really, yeah, I can do this. And the clary sage is a wonderful support for women's hormones. It's incredible. So again, that just in a bottle with water sprayed, and it's so simple but works like a dream. So definitely recommend that. And then baby is here. So when babies arrive, diffusing serenity. And this doesn't have to be in the hospital room, it can be at home as well. When you get baby home, getting used to having this tiny little baby that you're responsible for at home, it can feel quite a lot. So it's so incredible, but it also can feel quite like, oh wow. And serenity is such a calming blend. So yeah. And did you use the oils when you got Jack home?
I did a little bit, and I wish I'd had more of that. So I want lavender again, because I think I probably only had 5 oils for like 20 years. I just
Yeah,
relied on the 5 oils that I knew.
I was the same, exactly the same.
And oh, serenity, so beautiful. And there's so many things that you can support babies with as well. So I know we're not covering that today, but just it's a I think if you're not ever used essential oils and you're looking for some lovely holistic things to weave into your experience, it's about you can take those forward. So it's not, this is just the beginning, isn't it? And
Mm.
so many ways they help Jack. Jack's 4 now, 4.5, and he selects his own oils. That
Wow.
he knows what he wants that day. He was really worried to go to nursery, and he picked Brave oil, and he put that on his wrists, and that's so. I love that he is empowered to have that, and that he will have that knowledge. It's just, I think, is so. I'm so pleased with that.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, to have, yeah, empower them with these plant solutions. Like, yeah, tummy aches and headaches and, yeah, emotions, huge.
Mm.
Yeah.
And,
Um,
and sleep routines, and having that smell that little children and babies can associate with that.
mm,
It's brilliant.
yeah, lovely. Yeah. So the last little bit of this is you've just got home, or maybe you're staying in hospital for a few days, and having geranium and clary sage there to support you, support your hormones and your reproductive system to do what it needs to do after everything it's already done. And this will go a long way in you feeling supported and being able to connect still into this feminine energy of being able to rest and let other people help you and support you is really important at this time, so you can heal and just keep your body in such great health, and then you can be there for your baby and not come out of this in a few months' time feeling that you're exhausted from it all. This is the time to really slow it down in a bigger notch, even more than the third trimester, and just be there cuddling your baby and rubbing the plants and the essential oils onto your body. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
such a huge advocate for that. Fourth trimester. My nephews are from Japan, so my sister-in-law is Japanese, and watching the way that fourth trimester is honoured and is so sacred as time compared to I'm going to say the UK, where it's
Mm.
almost like, well, I had a C-section, but I was out at Tesco's 2 days later. It's like, no, your body has been through so much. For 9 months, it's been through so much, and this is just the beginning of everything it's got to go through. And I think I really crafted my bubble in that time, and I would support anyone in being able to say, this is the time for me and my baby to connect and to rest and heal. And yeah, weaving the oils into that is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, so lovely. And like Helen said during the class that we've just done, that there'll be so many other things that could pop up in your pregnancy that we've not touched on. Get in touch with us. We're here, and we've got some wonderful ideas and solutions that could just be the answer to what you're experiencing. So yeah, and hope you've enjoyed it. We're both in love with supporting women and on all parts of their pregnancy, and please reach out to us. We are here to share our knowledge and our experiences and our love for the oils. Is there anything else, Helen, that we've not said?
No, I think absolutely. Everyone is so unique, and everybody's experiences are so unique. And yeah, there is one thing that I'd want to say. So I'm a yoga teacher that really most of my yoga teachers are women that are wanting to have support with their fertility. So I work with lots of women who have been through IVF and can be quite nervous about using essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want to encourage people to not be frightened off by using any essential oils in your pregnancy, because there's a lot of kind of, if you go to Google, there's lots of kind of don't use this, don't use that, but please come and talk to us, because there's a little bit of diffusing of an oil or in a mist spray that you're misting. There's not many studies on essential oils in humans and human pregnancies, because there can't be ethically. So a lot of the studies that are out there are on rats, and they're on huge quantities of essential oil that they have ingested. So there's a lot of misinformation, I think, and there's some fantastic studies and books out there of how essential oils can be used in your pregnancy. So yeah, it's about listening to your body and doing what feels right for you and what feels safe for you, absolutely. And you might want to talk to doctors and midwives. I don't always know, they don't always have aromatherapy background knowledge. But yeah, don't be frightened off, because there will be ways that you can incorporate these, even if it's, little bits, just really kind of tenderly used. But
yeah,
they're too good not to use in such a special time in your life.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, they're just so supportive and absolutely transformed my second pregnancy. My first one was really hard work. The second one was just really, really quite enjoyable, and it's making me want to have another one, which I don't know why, because having children is hard work. But the oils are so supportive, and it was a really special experience. And I've just thought of one other thing to share with you, that supplements. So when you're pregnant, you're encouraged to take a pregnancy supplement. And my first pregnancy, I took like the standard one you can get from Boots. I think it's like Pregnancy Care, comes in a green packet. The pills are kind of like a brownie red colour. This second pregnancy, I used the Lifelong Vitality supplements, and they served me very well. They go above and beyond what's in that pregnancy care capsule. The LLV, the Long Life Vitality supplements, are incredible. So if you would like more information or to go through what's in those, then Helen and I can share that with you, and you can check in with your midwife on those. But they are like so good.
They're amazing. And every time I drop off the wagon and I don't take them, I can tell.
Yeah. Yes. It's so true. Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Amazing. Okay, so we'll look forward to hearing from you, and hope you've enjoyed the session.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Helen. Amazing. Right, now I need to work out how to do this. And oh no, how do I find Zoom? Stop share. There we go.